So this one's really good because this guy's becoming our favorite, Tom. The guy who looks like the goon guy.
Super chat, yeah, but Tom also doesn't know how pockets work. I do know how pockets work.
This guy, this guy's made a lot of appearances on our show. He gets really, really strange people to come join him so he could be monotone and they can be strange.
He looks exactly like those goons from Popeye, man.
Totally does. 100%.
I want to fucking eat a can of spinach and beat him up. So bad. So bad.
The whole time.
Squeeze a can of spinach so it like splurches out. And be like,
the whole time you're laying in elbows in the top position. I am what I am. I am what I am. It's amazing. Okay, this is Nathan French prophesies that God will wipe out social media companies for banning Trump. So this guy, this guy who he's talking to, his name's Steve Schultz, and he has that Elijah list. Remember, we looked this up a couple weeks ago.
Yep.
His weird church newsletter website.
Yeah, designed in like 1994.
Yeah, exactly.
It was originally found on a web crawler search. It asked Jeeves to get to it.
This is from Super Chat. He couldn't bust up a LAN party, much less Microsoft. Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. All right, so this guy is, oh, God, when he's big like that, it's so
Looking
weird.
at him is
okay, you know what he looks like? He looks like how we make fun of Ted Cruz. He looks like that voice. Doesn't he look like he would have that?
Yeah. He does.
How's it going, guest? That's what he looks like he's saying. Yeah.
Where are his features? Why doesn't he have features? People have features. There's no eyebrows.
You're right. There's
features.
It's like someone took a eraser and just rubbed off all his features.
It's like I am Cecil. I can't draw to save my life. When I draw, I draw the outline of things, and then whatever I can remember is generally inside the outline. He looks like that.
He does. He genuinely does.
Like it looks like nobody learned how to shade when they made him at all. There's no texture to him. He's all the same exact color.
He looks like he's 8-bit. He looks like something that somebody made on a old timey Nintendo or something. All right, here we go.
All right.
This guy is awesome. Hard hitting, this guy.
The Lord said this morning, he told me it's unwise to pick a fight with a reigning champion. And God said, he said, Nathan, I'm going to overturn and I'm going to reinstate Trump. And so I realized that not only has God chosen President Trump and Melania, but when you mess with God's plan.
Wait, whoa. If he's God, how, I mean, he's supposed to be omnipotent, right?
Yeah.
How the fuck do you fuck with his plan? How do you do that?
Well, he was napping, actually.
Okay, yeah.
So he was napping, and then he thought everything was going to go okay. He thought he kind of set it up, and then the kids found the snacks while he was napping. That's pretty much what happened. Now he's got to go out and buy new snacks and punish them. It makes no sense at all.
Yeah.
I love too that he just casually was like, all right, so God this morning, so we were having breakfast, chit-chatting with the invisible, omniscient creator of all things. And anyway, he said, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, don't get fooled again? I think. I don't remember.
Don't get fooled again. Put your glasses on. Seriously, what the fuck are you talking about? God, okay, so you messed with God's plan.
Yeah.
And you somehow thwarted God's plan.
Yes.
But God, who's both omnipotent and omniscient, who clearly didn't see this coming, nor was powerful enough to stop it, is now mad.
To fix it.
Now, Tom, he's rolling his sleeves up. Oh. He's pissed off. He's getting mad now.
The reigning champion. I've never lost before. I mean, I have had to kill my entire creation.
Yeah, no, he had to do that once. Yeah,
I've never lost recently before.
That was more like an oopsie civilization that he killed. Just like, and it was that. Hey, Tom, that infancy. That was like it was like in its infancy. One would say it's a zygote of a civilization. And he just went to he just had a procedure done to make sure that we didn't have another civilization that raised its. I mean, because you could kind of tell. ahead of time. You know whether it's
Right.
going to be a good or a bad civilization. If it's going to be hard to take care of, you go get it taken care of, and God
Maybe
took care of
he
it.
got the first civilization for Jesus, but Jesus was too young, and he was like, all right, I'll get you a civilization, but you have to feed it and walk it, and you got to remember, you can't forget. All right, you're not holding up to your end of the bargain. We're not
when God killed his civilization, he had to walk past a bunch of people who spit on him and yelled at him for killing his civilization. Yeah, all a bunch of
standing outside with shitty signs.
Exactly, they had a little fucking one of those megaphones, and they're screaming at him. He had to go to a different state to have the abortion for his civilization. He had to actually travel to a different state because in his state they had to show him a sonogram of the civilization, and they didn't want to do that.
You know, if it's a legitimate civilization, God has ways of shutting that down.
He just shuts it right down. Shuts the whole civilization down. It's very true. Okay, here we go.
Then you come against God himself.
Hey, now, hold on a second.
Whoa.
That's a caliente.
escalated
That's a
quickly.
caliente. Do you come against
All right.
God himself? I'm down. All right.
All right. This morning they had a little pillow talk. Is what
They had a pillow talk, and then later on he's dodging jizz. You know what I mean? Like, things escalate quickly.
And then you come against God himself and you pick a fight with God. And so I saw big tech companies. Actually, this is what the Lord said to me this morning. He said, big tech companies will begin to crumble if they continue to come against God's anointed.
Look, I will come against God and God's anointed. I have a anointed fetish. What do you want? I'm just going to come against them. And the good thing is they're anointed, so it just slips right off. You know what I mean? It doesn't stay there. It just
makes
slides
it way
right
easier
off.
to come if they're all fucking
Yeah.
lubed up first. Are you kidding me?
Exactly. That's why I have the fetish, Tom.
That's it.
You just pour like baby oil on a twister mat. I'm shooting all over the place. You kidding me? It's like a
Slick
fucking
and
machine
shiny,
gun
just
in
the way
here.
I like some.
It's like a machine gun in here. Hold on a second. What's this one say?
Somebody please smother this guy with a My Pillow.
When the Lord speaks through his prophets and prophetic people, it is his own.
His prophet and prophetic people.
That seems redundant again.
Yeah. Prophetic people isn't as good as the village people, I don't think. Prophetic people, they're all dressed the same. They don't have any, there's no like Indian or any of that stuff. Just all the same. Sorry.
They always
Native
know
American.
exactly how many tickets they're going to sell.
They know how much Ticketmaster's getting, for sure.
Words, and they will not return void. So when the flesh,
They won't return Boyd? Who's Boyd? What are we talking about?
Like
Hold
Boyd
on.
Crowder from Justified?
Yeah, Boyd Crowder. Justified, exactly.
No, that was a good show. That was a great show.
I didn't finish it. I never got to the end.
Really?
I finished. I got to like season 7 and I petered out. I was like,
has a great ending. That's a
Does
great
it?
show. Yeah, it's a great
maybe
show.
I'll finish it. I'm on the last season.
Loved
I kind of stopped. I just was like, it's okay. But it was, I got to say though, good show in the sense that he did everything you wanted him to do all the time. He did, and he acts exactly like a cop because he doesn't care at all about any of the rules. He just does whatever he wants, shoots people, beats people up, and you're like, no, I believe him as a cop. Absolutely.
And Boyd is a great villain.
Yeah,
Boyd
Boyd is a
Crowder
great villain.
is a
I
great
will say
villain.
this though, Boyd looks like my brother that I don't like. So every time I see him, I see
get, like,
my brother,
seething mad.
and so I really don't like the character or the guy. I just look at him and think, looks like my fucking stupid brother. I fucking hate that guy. He's got the same hairline. It's the exact same hairline.
The receiver.
All right, there we go. This guy here's got a receding hairline too. The one on the left.
prophets and prophetic people, it is his own words, and they will not return void. So when the
Don't return
flesh
void.
and the way that seems right to a man, which is like leaning on your own understanding, stands against the Lord's words, or those he's chosen as mouthpieces.
Okay, I don't understand any of that. That sounds
What
like a
the
poetry
fuck?
reading in Chicago. Hold on a second. Let me listen to this again.
It's not that bad.
It's not that bad. You're right. Okay, hold on. Let's hear.
The flesh and the way that seems right to a man, which is like leaning on your own understanding, stands against the Lord's words,
Get it all written down.
or those he's chosen as mouthpieces. They basically pick a fight with the reigning champion, and that's just going to bring a KO. And so God's going to out. He's going to wipe out everything that comes against what he's preparing to release, which is the third great awakening.
Hey now. Third grade awakening. He's going to awaken all the third graders.
What is a third grade awakening? Is that after nap time for 8-year-olds?
Okay, Tom, serious question. Third grade awakening happens. How many third graders can you beat up to survive? How many third graders can you take? It's like one of those questions, like, would you rather fight a horse-sized duck or 100 duck-sized horses or something? Like, which
third graders are what, 7 or 8?
8 years old. Right? Is that right? 8? I was 8 when I was, because you're 5 in kindergarten.
They're not armed
6.
or anything?
No, it's just the third grade awakening. They just woke up. It's just nap time.
4 dozen.
4 dozen?
4 dozen.
You're just throwing them over buildings. Boom.
They're so little.
Oh, they're so small. They're so little.
It's
so
the only reason you stop at 4 dozen is because at some point you're just tired.
It's like at a certain point you have to stop eating canapes. It's the same reason you stop beating up 4th graders. 3rd grade. Same reason. Same exact reason. All right, chat. A number. Everybody's got to type in a number of how many 3rd graders you could beat in the 3rd grade awakening. I want to see numbers here. 4 to 5 dozen. That's good.
Yeah,
okay.
I think that's a good number.
4 to 5 dozen's a lot. And, if they all come at you at one time, it's going to be tough. But I think, you got to make sure you keep your distance. You got to use your reach. 69, I don't know about that. That's a little risque number for a 3rd grader. I think we're going to skip that one. 32, that's a good number. I like that one.
I
3rd
like this
grade
answer.
zombie
You should
apocalypse.
never stop eating canapes.
I figure I'm in for a dozen. I got a dozen in me. I could definitely take a dozen. A whole dozen, probably a whole class worth, especially if I'm in a classroom setting, because then I could keep the desk between me and say 4 of them.
Think about that.
You know what I mean? I could do a juke move once in a while because they're clumsy kids. I'll just move. I'll juke one of them. I'll do a Madden spin move, and then he'll fall down. I'll grab one and just throw one. They're only like 40, 50 pounds.
That's
nothing.
I was just thinking in terms of just reps. You're just grabbing and throwing.
Just keep on. Yeah, you just keep. Yeah. Exactly. You just keep throwing them around. It's not a big. You could juggle them at a certain point. It's not a big deal.